All right, let's talk about an ingredient that's, well, it's kind of mysterious, it's powerful, and believe it or not, it's sweet. We're going to dive into the story of how regular old garlic goes through this incredible, delicious transformation, and I'm telling you, it might just completely change how you think about cooking.
So let me just ask you this straight up. Can garlic be sweet? I mean, your first thought is probably no way, right? You're thinking of that sharp, pungent kick. But what if I told you there's a version of garlic out there that's soft, rich, and, yep, deeply sweet?
And that brings us to our main event today, black garlic. This stuff is a total game changer in the kitchen. But here's the thing, it's not some different species of garlic or a fancy new hybrid. It is purely a product of transformation. So let's get into what that actually means. Okay, so the most important thing to get here is that black garlic is all about time and change. You start with really good premium garlic, and then it's aged, slowly, in this perfectly controlled environment. We're talking gentle heat and high humidity. It's not roasted, it's not burned, it's not smoked, it's just patiently aged until it turns into something completely new and, honestly, incredible. Just look at how dramatic this change is. I mean, check out this comparison. The color goes from that familiar white to this deep jet black. The texture. You know how garlic is normally crisp and firm? This becomes so soft you can spread it like butter. And the flavor. Oh, the flavor. That sharp bite, it's just gone. Instead, you get this profound, sweet umami richness. And maybe the best part of all, that harsh garlic aftertaste completely disappears. All you're left with is this really gentle, pleasant finish. So you're probably wondering, how does this magic even happen? Well, it's not really magic. It's science. And it's a process that takes a whole lot of patience. And it all kind of revolves around one key number. 9. 9 days. That's the secret sauce. This isn't something you can rush in a pan. We're talking about a slow, deliberate fermentation. And it's over those 9 days that all those incredible changes we just talked about, the color, the texture, the flavor, they all get unlocked. So there are basically 4 simple but absolutely essential conditions to make this happen. First, you have to start with the best garlic you can find. Then you apply this really gentle, steady heat. This kicks off something called the Maillard reaction. That's the same chemical process that gives a steak that beautiful brown crust and amazing flavor. Third, you've got to control the humidity perfectly. And then you just wait. That's it. No weird chemicals, no additives, no shortcuts. It's a totally natural process where time and the perfect environment do all the heavy lifting. All right, so we've talked about what it is and how it's made. But now, let's get to the really good part, the why. Why should you be excited about black garlic? Well, it's this awesome combo of mind-blowing flavor and some pretty surprising health benefits. I love this quote, it just nails the description. Think molasses, balsamic glaze, and tamarind, all in one bite. I mean, how good does that sound? The flavor is so unique. You get that deep sweetness like molasses, that tangy complexity you get from a really good balsamic, and the subtle fruitiness from tamarind. It's one of those flavors that's tough to describe, but trust me, once you try it, you will never forget it. And this right here, this is a huge deal, especially if you love garlic. You get all of that incredible, savory, umami flavor, but without the, garlic breath. It's super gentle on your palate, gentle on your stomach, which means it's an ingredient you can pretty much enjoy anytime you want. No hesitation. And as if the amazing flavor wasn't enough, that whole fermentation process actually boosts its nutritional profile. Black garlic is packed with way more antioxidants than regular raw garlic. And there's research suggesting it can help support heart health, balance blood sugar, and even reduce inflammation. It's really the best of both worlds, flavor and goodness all in one package. Okay, so maybe you're sold. You're thinking, I need to try this. But how do you actually use it? Well, you might be surprised at just how easy and versatile this stuff is. Let's run through a few simple ways you can bring this incredible flavor into your own kitchen. Let's start with literally the easiest thing you can do. Because it's so soft and spreadable, you can just take a clove, mash it up into some softened butter, or mix it into olive oil. And boom! Instantly, you've got this rich, savory, complex spread for bread, or to melt over a steak or some roasted veggies. It's like a 5-second flavor bomb. Okay, ready to level up just a little bit? Try stirring it into stuff you already make all the time. It just melts right into creamy mashed potatoes. It adds this incredible savory depth to hummus. It can take a simple aioli and make it taste totally gourmet. Seriously, it's the ultimate secret ingredient.
Another great way to use it is as a finishing touch. Just imagine a few little thin slices right on top of a perfectly cooked steak, or a piece of flaky fish, or even just a bowl of roasted vegetables. It adds that final pop, that last layer of sweet and savory complexity that just elevates the whole dish.
And hey, if you're feeling a little adventurous, don't just stick to savory dishes. I know this sounds crazy, but its deep, molasses-like sweetness works shockingly well in desserts. I'm serious. Imagine just a hint of that complex flavor in a dark chocolate truffle, or swirled into a rich caramel sauce. The possibilities are, no joke, endless.
So there you have it, the secret of black garlic. It's not some newfangled ingredient, it's a transformation. It's about taking something we all know and turning into something sweet, savory, and just so versatile. So really, the only question left is, with all these ideas buzzing around, what's the first dish you're going to transform?